welcome to another episode of US Organic. My name is Nick. You know, for a long time, people have been asking me now, Nick, what kind of stuff are you buying at the store? So today, I decided that I would take a quick trip over to my local health food store and pick up a couple of things that I most of the time would buy, not necessarily all the time. The majority of my diet, I try to keep as green as possible, which means I'm trying to eat mostly fruits and vegetables, rice, quinoa, healthy grains as often as possible. The processed stuff I try not to get so much, but just like everybody else, we all have those cravings. We all sometimes need that burger in our face with like some bread and some. So being a vegetarian who tries to eat vegan as often as possible but has a gluten problem makes my diet really crazy. In fact, I think when I put posts on my Instagram of stuff that I'm eating, or talk to people about what it is I actually do eat now, they go, man, I could never do that. And I don't blame them. My way is not a way that I think everybody should do. Do I think that the majority of your diet should be vegetable? Absolutely. Do I think that it's probably okay if you eat some meat once in a while? Sure, absolutely. Am I going to? Probably less than you. But there are some cool substitutes. I think I've shown you some of that stuff in the past. But today, I'm just gonna show you like what an average purchase would be like for me. Today's probably a little bit above average, but you're gonna see it anyway. All right, so like I said, I went to not a regular grocery store today. Today I went to the specialty health food store. I went to Chuck's Natural Fields Market in Brandon, Florida, which just happens to be down the street from me, and picked up a box of goodies. This is my box of goodies. All kinds of interesting stuff. So some of this you've seen before, some of it you haven't. Let's talk first about the produce. I posted this on my Instagram and I'm pretty sure that I've made mention of it in the past, but I'm gonna do it again just in case. When you're buying organic, always check your label. You wanna make sure that the code on your produce starts with the number 9. This apple is a 94128 apple, which doesn't mean anything to you except that first number. If that first number is a 9, it means that your produce is not only organic, but is also non-GMO, which is super important because genetically modified anything is not so awesome for you. Your body is not ready for that stuff. It doesn't need science projects. Don't eat science projects. The rule is ignore the 4s and hate the 8s. Only on your first number in this code, but you want to ignore the 4s. 4s are a maybe. Even if they say they're organic, they're still possibly GMO. So anything that starts with a number 4, you should probably ignore. And it rhymes, it's genius, just remember it. Ignore the 4s, hate the 8s. Anything that starts with an 8 is definitely a GMO product and probably won't be in the organic section of your grocer. That is definitely a genetically modified produce item and you want to stay away from it. These are 9s, I'm cool with these apples. So I got 4 apples today. I also bought a couple of avocados. I only buy them at the grocery store. At any regular grocery store, you can buy like 10 conventional avocados for $10. But they're genetically modified avocados, so you're getting 10 for $1. These were $2.30 each, but they start with a 9, and I know for a fact that these are not only organic, but non-GMO. So I get them a little green because they go bad pretty quickly. And so I'll probably be ready to eat these in like a day or two. But avocado all day long. If you don't like it, learn to like it if you're trying to do this diet. If you're trying to be vegetarian, vegan in any way, shape, or form, you gotta get those good fats in. It's a great way to do it. We talked about these the other day. I know this takes me away from the vegan portion of my diet. Right now, I'm still doing eggs in the morning. This may change at some point, but currently I still like having my eggs. Although, I don't eat the yolks very often. Usually I'll have one yolk and a couple of egg whites as opposed to just eating whole egg all over the place. Of course, I'm trying to cut weight too, so that I'm just trying to cut out any of those extra fats that may be slowing me down. So these are organic, cage-free, non-GMO, vegetable-fed, no antibiotics, outdoor access. They had a door. I don't know what that means. Outdoor access. Anyway, just try to find the best egg possible if you're gonna eat eggs. If you've watched any of my videos already, you know that I love myself a veggie patty or like a veggie burger of any sort. Chuck's doesn't carry my favorite brand, which is, of course, Hillary's Eat Well. I love these guys. By the way, huge shout out to Hillary's. They saw my post about their product and sent me a couple of free coupons for some more of their products. How can you beat that? They've been really awesome. They were in contact with me a lot, sent me a handwritten letter. You gotta love customer service like this. This kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that'll keep me coming back over and over again. So again, Hillary's, shout out to you. Thanks very much. This is awesome. Okay, so again, Chuck's doesn't carry Hillary's products, so they do carry the Gardein series, G-A-R-D-E-I-N. I think I'm saying that right. Who knows? Anyway, this is their meat-free veggie burger, which is gluten-free and vegan. So I went ahead and picked up a couple of these. I believe you get 4 in a pack. They're easy to throw in a pan with some coconut oil, sear them up a little bit, throw it on some bread, good to go. So I always keep some of these around. I try to avoid them all the time, but I'll eat like 1 or 2 a week usually. Not a bad idea. But Nick, what are you gonna eat that on? You're gluten-free. Well, guess what? They make gluten-free bread. If you don't know by now, check your freezer section of your grocery store. Any grocery store has usually got Rudy's or somebody else. I found this brand, and I think it's the closest to feeling like real bread that I've found so far. So I love these guys. This is Canyon Bakehouse. This is their gluten-free 7-grain, 100% whole grain bread. Gluten-free, dairy, nut, and soy-free. You can't beat it. All of these things are a little bit pricey. And I'm gonna say this 100 times probably in this video. You're going to pay for healthy food. You just are. But the question that I pose to everybody when they ask me about this stuff is, would you rather pay for your food now, or would you rather pay your doctor to try to put you on, who's gonna try to put you on medicines and all kinds of other stuff later? I'd rather pay for my food. That's just me. You do what you think is best for you and your family, but I'm gonna pay a little extra for my food and hopefully not need those medicines down the road. Canyon Bakehouse gluten-free bread, that's what's in my freezer right now. Vegan cheese. People freak out about this stuff. I am a fan of diet. I haven't started making my own yet because just like most of us, I don't have time. I'm not in my kitchen all the time. I cook, but I'm not a chef. I'm not in my kitchen 24/7. I have things to do, places to go, people to see. I buy pre-made stuff. Diet cheese is vegan and gluten-free. It's also soy-free and cholesterol-free. So many frees, but it tastes pretty good. It melts pretty well, so I keep it around. Diet cheese, always in my fridge. It's easy to use. I throw it on a garden burger or in a gluten-free quesadilla. Sometimes I just toss it in some rice. It's worth having around. So this is my option right here. Rice, rice, rice. I can't tell you how much rice I have. I love this brand. This is the Lundberg brand. It's obviously gluten-free because it's rice. There's no gluten in rice, folks. For as long as I can remember, I grew up on basmati rice. My mom lived in Iran for a while and they had basmati rice everywhere. So we were eating basmati rice, but now that we can get it in brown, we eat brown basmati rice all the time. You just rinse it a little bit and it's good to go. It's delicious and it's brown rice, so it's good for you. So I get this stuff. This is organic California brown basmati rice. Keep a bunch of it around because you're gonna eat it all the time. The other thing I keep around is going to be quinoa. Quinoa, I didn't buy it today, but I'm showing it to you because it was right there. If you don't know what quinoa is by now, you've been living under a rock for a little while. Get it. If you get the pre-rinsed stuff, you don't have to rinse it, that's awesome. If you don't and you buy it raw, make sure that you rinse the heck out of it because it gets a little bit bitter. But it's awesome. Again, something you can make a whole pot of. I just follow the instructions. A cup of quinoa, 2 cups of water, cook it till the water's gone. It's pretty easy. And then you've got a bunch of this stuff sitting around. You can throw it in anything. And it's high in protein. It's really awesome for you. Get quinoa. Since I'm sticking to non-dairy for the most part, I buy either almond or flax milk. And I make sure I buy it unsweetened. This is no sugar added, even though they call this like their vanilla flavor. It's an unsweetened flax milk. It's only 25 calories per serving. It doesn't have any sugar in it at all. although it doesn't have any protein value either. 2.5 grams of fat per serving and a little bit of sodium, but it helps make those cereals that you love so much go down. Or I put it in my smoothies all the time. This is like, I do like half water, half flax or almond milk. So buy an alternative because that dairy stuff is crazy. So that's my choice there. Today I went and bought 2 cereals that I've been looking at that I've been trying for a little while now. This is 1 Degree Organics food, and they make a veganic sprouted ancient maize flake, which is corn, right? Sprouted maize, right? We all know what maize is, right? Maize is corn. But it's another word for corn flakes. But it's organic. It's guaranteed organic. I don't eat this all the time either, but I keep it around because of those days where I get like, I really have this craving. That's what I get. This is the other one. This is Enjoy Life's Crunchy Flax with Chia. It's actually really cheap. I don't know why it's so cheap. Maybe it's because people aren't buying it. 5 grams of fiber, 1,000 milligrams of omega-3s, 7 grams of protein. It's only got 3 grams of sugar in it, 200 calories per serving. It's gluten-free, it's vegan, it's pretty awesome. Those are my 2 choices for cereals right now. I don't buy sugary cereals because I freaking can't stand sugar. So if you're like me and you don't like sugar, then stick to the low sugar stuff. I'm looking for fiber in my diet. A lot of vegetables have fiber, but the more fiber the better. Drink a lot of water and get a lot of fiber in your diet. You'll feel great all the time. I don't have time to be soaking beans all day long either, so I buy canned beans. But I buy organic beans, and I try to buy them low sodium, or no sodium added if possible. This is a Westbury Natural Vegetarian Organic Black Bean. Like it was not gonna be vegetarian. They're just canned black beans. They're more expensive than buying the 80-cent black beans at the store. But they're healthier. So it's up to you. I buy usually a couple of cans of these. Any vegetarian diet should probably have lentils in it. I buy lentils all the time. Eat your lentils, kids. They're great for you. I eat a lot of lentils. And then I also got some chili beans because I like to mix things up sometimes, so I'll make organic chili, lots of vegetables and tomatoes and lots of beans. This stuff is awesome. I throw a little diet cheese on it, it's good to go. So just keep a lot of beans around, you guys. Alright, the last thing I bought was a bag of chips today. Normally I don't buy chips at all because they're full of oils and stuff like that. You don't need any of that stuff, and more often than not they have corn in them. This is a bean and rice chip. I didn't read a whole lot about it other than I know there's no corn in it. And they only use black beans, navy beans, some rice, and then some sunflower oil and some safflower oil. Could be worse. It's not canola or any of those. So they're certified gluten-free, they're certified vegan, and I mean, I keep some salsas around, and this is the kind of stuff that I'm eating. Trader Joe's is an awesome place to get things like your seeds. These don't say anything about being organic in any way, shape, or form, right? So who knows? It's probably not. But getting seeds in your diet is a great thing to do. They make an awesome snack. You can throw them in a little baggie and stick it in your pocket and run around all day and have a little snack instead of having candy or those crazy protein bars that everybody's eating right now. Those meal replacement things. It's not a good idea. You shouldn't be replacing your meals with a candy bar. It's not a good idea. Have a snack to tide you over until you can get to someplace where you can eat real food. Always a better option. Last but not least are my cheats. Let'sDateBars.com. Get yourself some Let's Date bars. They're awesome. I'm still trying to get up with Monique, and hopefully we will get to talk to her more about these amazing things. I love these things. They're in direct competition with the GFB, my gluten-free bar guys. I love these guys. They're also talking to me about some new, I got in contact with these guys and they're telling me about some products that I can only get through their online store. I'm gonna order a couple of those too, so we'll check out what other flavors they've got. You gotta get that, something to curb that craving every once in a while. You might as well do it with a healthy product of some sort, right? A little bit of sugar in these, but they're natural sugars. It's better than eating a Snickers. Sorry, Snickers. So keep these both in your fridge because I love the gluten-free bar. Kept in the fridge, it stays a little firm. It's so awesome. So that's my dessert options. I didn't have to buy them today, but I always have Bubby's pickles in my fridge. They're kind of hard to find, so call your grocer, find out if they have them. You may have to go to a health food store to get them. They're expensive for pickles. You're going to pay like $8 a jar for a jar of pickles. If you're looking to improve your gut health in any way, shape, or form, probiotic is a great way to do that. These pickles are super high probiotic. You're not going to find a yogurt with the same amount of probiotic properties that the Bubby's pickle has. So get yourself some Bubby's. I also get their sauerkraut. Do I have any? Bubby's sauerkraut, same game. Not quite as high as the pickle itself, but also still really good for your gut health. So get yourself some Bubby's. I think one day I'm going to call them and try to book a trip and go out and visit these guys and shoot there, because these guys are fantastic and I will promote them for the rest of my life, because everybody I talk to needs to have Bubby's in their fridge. So get yourself some Bubby's. I didn't buy this today either, but again, when you're buying things like your condiments, you're better off finding the healthy alternatives. Annie's makes all kinds of natural organic products, and instead of buying regular ketchup, which is full of high fructose corn syrup, I buy Annie's, which is the natural ketchup. It tastes pretty much the same, and it's way better for you. When you need to have that extra stuff, the alternative is way better. Soy, keeping soy out of your diet is near impossible. You have to scratch all kinds of stuff. There's soy in everything, but it's not great for you. It's really not. So I try to avoid it at all costs. Instead of getting soy sauce, because I have a gluten thing, no soy on the gluten diet, coconut aminos is an awesome substitute. I have always been a fan of the tamari, gluten-free soy sauce, but I feel like this is still a better option. The coconut aminos is definitely a better way to go. I have them both. You never know what's going to happen. Bring home some sushi, you need a little something. Make it stir fry. This makes an awesome stir fry, although it is a little bit sweeter than you may be used to. These tend to be way higher in salt. This is definitely less salt. So you're not going to get that sodium kick like this. This will be a little bit sweeter, but still delicious, so I definitely recommend you try it. You're not going to see today the plethora of vegetables that I keep in my house on a regular basis. I go to a different store for veggies because more often than not, your natural fruit store is going to have highly marked up produce. A lot of times I keep lots of stuff like green onions, lots of cucumber. I eat a crazy amount of cucumber. They're super hydrating. They also have a lot of other benefits. Look up the benefits of cucumber. I may even do a whole quick video on just the benefits of cucumber. I love this stuff. I make hummus. I keep chickpeas all the time. I make some hummus, have it with some cucumber. It's awesome for you. Lots of greens. I try to keep broccoli, cauliflower as organic as possible. All that stuff all the time. Asparagus, green beans. It's all in here already. I didn't have to buy it today. Onions, garlic, carrots, all the basics. I keep all of that stuff here all the time. And that's what I eat. The less of the other stuff that you keep around, the processed stuff, the less you're likely to eat it because it's not there. When you have that craving at 2 a.m. because you came home from wherever and it's late and you're tired, and you just grab whatever is easy as opposed to something that's better for you, you'll be happy that you had this sort of stuff around in the end. Sure, those other things are really satisfying and they immediately make us go, oh, that was delicious, and they're mouth-watering. But once you break yourself of those things, this sort of stuff is the stuff that makes you hungry. This is the sort of stuff you crave. After 3 weeks of not being on meat, processed items, and eating a lot of vegetables, and not having, well, I had a drink the other day, but up until then I hadn't had a drink, and after I had that drink I thought, man, I didn't even need that. It doesn't do anything for me. It was okay, but didn't really need it. So I'm in that mode. I'm gonna get flack for that too. Go have a drink. I don't care if you have a drink. I'm not telling you to not drink. I'm saying that after what I've found from my own experience is that after not having it for a little while, I just didn't want it. So I think that's a huge benefit for me right now. So I'm staying away from that stuff. I'm packing in lots of greens. Keep this stuff in your house all the time. People are always asking me, Nick, what do you eat? I mean, that's what I eat. The things that I understand are healthy are the things that I keep in my house. There's really no crazy tricks to this diet. It's not like I know some secret that's making things easier for me than it is for other people. For me to avoid processed foods, fatty foods, is just as hard. Alcohol, really hard. All of those things are really hard for me to ignore. But I'm doing it, A, because I have to, but B, because I know I should. it's really fun to right now, like even the people that I work with come to me and they're like, you know, you were really inspiring to me right now. I really love what you're doing. You look like you feel better. You're acting like you have more energy. I just planted a garden. Somebody came to me today and goes, you inspired me. I started a garden. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Let me know when your watermelon's ready. You know who you are. I really think that's amazing. And if I'm touching even one person right now, then all this time that I'm putting into this is totally worth it. Folks, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped. If you have any questions, put them in the comments on this video. I'd love to start seeing some comments. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed to this channel. We're gonna do all kinds of food reviews, restaurant reviews. Anybody who's doing healthy stuff in this area until I move to a different area or start getting contacts from other states, I'm gonna try to hit the entire country the best I can, but obviously I gotta start somewhere. So Florida, I'm coming for you. Folks, again, my name is Nick. Thanks for watching US Organic. Please like and subscribe. It's been a pleasure to talk to you. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching US Organic. Right? It's all about your mindset. If you really want to be healthy and you're concerned about the longevity of your life, then you need to start thinking now about the future. And if you're not making those decisions now, it may be too late. You may find that you all of a sudden are 45 with heart problems and you're way overweight and it's really hard to lose that weight all of a sudden.